it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio. Today I'm sharing with you some more cute and sparkly ATCs that I made with my brand new ATC stencil called Desert Sights from stencilgirlproducts.com. You can go and purchase that stencil over there. The first thing I did was to cut up my stencil into 9 small stencils. This is an ATC mix-up stencil, so they're perfect size to make ATCs, which is what I was doing with them when I first got it. So I decided to use glitter paste in this video, and I have Gina K Designs glitter paste in 4 colors. I found a box of all these different types of texture pastes, and I wanted to use them or lose them. So that's what I'm doing in this video, is trying these glitter pastes. And there's a lot of other glitter paste out there. You don't have to buy it from Gina K Designs. In fact, to be honest, I'm not sure if they make it still or not. But you can absolutely find glitter paste, and it's a great way to make something sparkly and fun and interesting without having flaked glitter everywhere. Because whenever I try to do something with glitter, for days and weeks and months, I still have glitter on my desk. I know there is still glitter from the last project I did. So this first one that I'm doing with the stencil that kind of represents some interesting sandstone formations in Sedona, Arizona. I mean, it's not an exact replica. Obviously, I drew this, but that's what it's inspired by. I wanted to use the red and orange because over there in Sedona, Arizona, the rock formations, not only are they just amazing because they've eroded into such amazing shapes, but they're also beautiful because they're iron red, rusty colors. So first I put some acrylic paint down on my background with my fingers to make kind of like a sky and ground situation. And then I put the stencil over the top and pressed the orange glitter paste through the top and the red glitter paste through the bottom, kind of scraping and blending them together. And then for the dots in the sky, which are stars, I mean, they kind of represent stars, I put silver. I put like a silver metallic. I don't have a glitter paste that's silver. I actually could have gotten out, probably could have gotten out the Stickles glitter glue and done it. I should have done that, but I didn't think of it till just now. Just now. It's not really paste, but I think it would probably work in a similar way. Anyway, once it was dry, I let it dry overnight. Then I came back, I added some dark ink around the outer edge to frame in the ATC. By the way, ATC means artist trading card. And these are something that people make and trade with each other so that you can get a little piece of someone else's art. And then you can display them, or you can store them in little binders with baseball card or trading card sleeves. You save them, and you have all this different type of art from all different people. So it's a fun thing to do. There's swaps going on all the time on different social media that you can join the groups. I don't have a specific recommendation, but I know that they exist. So I took a white pen and I drew around the little silver dots with my white pen, and then I thought I would put some bling bling on there. So I got out my little box that has what are these things called? Sequins in it. And I found a silvery moon sequin that I glued on there. And then these little iridescent ones that they just have a sparkle to them. They're not like a color. They just pick up whatever color is there. And I attached all those with diamond glaze from Judikins. It's a dimensional clear adhesive. You can use it to coat things and make things dimensional, but it also can really glue down little stuff if it's going to be in this type of situation. So that was pretty fun. I also found a sticker in one of my sticker books from Ranger Tim Holtz and attached that sticker as well. It says make a wish, stars, make a wish upon a star. So I thought that worked out. I also put a little bit of that diamond glaze dimensional adhesive underneath the sticker because when you're trying to go over the top of that dimensional glitter, things don't want to stick to it. The stickers didn't want to stick. So that was the first one I made with the little Sedona rocks. Um, yeah, I think it's cute. It's very sparkly, and you know, it's fun. The next one, I did the same type of process. I used my finger and made some acrylic paint. By the way, this paper is the acrylic paper pad from Arteza. On one side, it's like canvas. It's bumpy and woven looking like canvas. When you look at the close-ups, you'll be able to see some of that weave probably coming out. It's pretty interesting paper, and it's thick enough to make ATCs out of. So I took one sheet of that paper pad and I cut it up into 15 pieces to make the ATCs, which are 3.5 by 2.5, the same size as a playing card, a baseball card, a Yu-Gi-Oh card, a Pokemon card, all those little trading cards. So then I used my stencil. I used 2 different colors. I used the green and did the branches of this cactus, and then I did the flowers in red. I did miss one down at the bottom that was a flower. So this is a flowering cactus. It's a cholla, which is spelled Cholla, which is pronounced cholla, not cholla. If you come to Arizona, you're like, oh, look at that cholla, people will know you're a tourist. So then once it was dried overnight, I just got out some watercolor. This is my set that has the warm and cools of the primaries, and then it's also got quinacridone gold, it's got green gold, and it's got Payne's gray. These are all Daniel Smith. Oh, I think I might already also have indigo maybe. Daniel Smith high quality watercolors that are in colors that I really like. You really could make every color with those 2 sets of 3 primaries, but I put a few others in there that I enjoy. So I have the little tubes and I just squirt them in there. So I use the green gold and the rose, which is the cooler tone of red, to kind of just fill in the background a little bit with the stuff. And then I whipped back in and I mixed the green gold with some Payne's gray and made kind of a darker shade of it to do a little bit of shading. It's pretty subtle. I probably could have made it a little bit darker. And I did that on one side of the branches of the cholla. So then once that was all dried up, I, of course, sped it up with the heat tool because I can't wait for anything. I used the leaf green archival ink pad to go around the edges, and then I found a sticker that says do what you love, which is what I'm doing right now. I also used the green ink pad to go around that sticker, which is pretty fiddly. You're like, oh, it's so tiny, you're getting all over your fingers. But anyway, it kind of gives it a little bit of a shadow around it when you do that. I did add the diamond glaze again to glue this down because it didn't want to stick to the raised glitter. And that that was my second glitter paste. Isn't that pretty? Sparkly, sparkly. Glitter paste ATC. The camera was being a little bit weird. That's how come I put it on the black for you to look. So there you go. So for the third one, instead of starting out with acrylic paint, I started out with some collage papers that were just laying on my desk. I always have paper on my desk because I do projects and then I don't put the paper away. I don't sort it back into its colors because I have baskets full of colorful paper sorted into color. And I am lazy and I don't necessarily put the small pieces back in. I don't sort them back out after I'm done with the project. So that's what these are. They're some sort of little scraps from something that I did. I glued them down. I thought that cutout shape was kind of interesting and it had that green. And this plant is an agave plant. And so I wanted to use the green glitter paste. So I'm putting that through the stencil. scraping it down with the palette knife, making sure the excess is scraped off. And by the way, when I was using all these different pastes in these videos, I just took the little stencils and I had a little dish pan of water, and I just put the stencils in the water when I was done scraping while they were still wet so that I wouldn't ruin the stencils. So you don't want to leave that paste, no matter what kind of paste it is, you don't want to leave it on the stencil. You want to get it off. So then once this was dry, I wanted to add a little bit more green, green, green. So these are some fluid watercolors that come in little bottles, and I just put them in this plastic palette when I'm using them. And I used the yellow and the green from that collection of fluid watercolors, mixed it together, and I'm just using my number 8 Princeton silver brush, watercolor brush, to fill in the leaves a little bit and bring some of that green across over that gray piece. Then after that, I put some dark ink around the edges of the card, like you know I like to do. And I used my white Posca pen. The paint, the watercolor paint was still wet, and it did not bother me. I just put the white Posca lines right over the top of it, and then it kind of absorbs some of the green and makes them not quite as white. Of course, you do need to write off on your scratch paper to get the green off the tip of the acrylic paint pen, but it's not that big a deal. It's not. Doesn't matter to me if they mix. It's just the next time I use the white, I don't want it to be green. Like, what happened to this thing? And I also added some white splatter with the pen by just flicking the pen. And then I dried all that up. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope that you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share this, or subscribe. And of course, I hope you buy my new stencil because I'm pretty excited about it. I think you would have fun with it. There's other things you can do besides make ATCs, and I'll have another video sometime in the month doing some different projects with these smaller stencils. They just make great textured backgrounds on your mixed media too. So that you can do other stuff besides make ATCs. I just was messing around with ATCs and glitter paste today. So I put a sticker on there that says, "Today is full of possibilities." I had that little bit of red on the right-hand side, and it wasn't anywhere else in the composition. So I stuck on 3 stick-on gems to balance out the card. And then I put a black line with a brush pen around the outside. So that's my third little ATC for today. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.